they are more like Kiherehere, but maybe in a good way. Ama they tend to lead the way. Stop telling them watch a Kiherehere. Because it's not Kiherehere, they are naturally a leader.
Like that, yeah.
They're naturally a leader.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Keziah or you can call me Keziah Sonia, but squeezing naenda na jina Kez. Kez. Yeah, but very much welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, karibu sana. Chai ni pale nyuma ya tent. Gawia hao wengine wenye wamekaa, si ndio? So leo I just sat down and I actually asked myself, there are so many mistakes that we make in life, and there are so many lessons we learn bado. So I brought someone, a friend of mine, to help me get through like this phase of life. You know, there are so many things that you learn. I'm now exiting 20. Yeah, I'm almost, and I'm learning so many things that I did wrong, I did right, whichever case it is, in my 20s. And I brought a good friend of mine who is already an angoja the other side of that floor. And I brought her to help me discuss these issues and my lessons, what she learned, and we can tackle it together. So without further much ado, Taraji, introduce. What's our kujue?
Well, I thank you. That was dope. Dope intro.
Always good dope.
So mimi naitwa Virginia Njeri Neema.
Virginia Njeri Neema.
Hizo jina zote manzeni zangu. And yeah, it's good to be here. First of all, this is dope. You're doing amazing. I'm so proud of you. Wow. And you're right. Yeah, this life, I think you're
a journey. Proud of me. Thank you.
Exactly, I'm proud of you.
I can say you're my elder. So when you say that,
you feel nice, eh? It is important nice to always appreciate and so bring positive vibe. Yeah. So yeah, I think life is a journey and we learn through it. Yeah. Wanasemanga learning has no end.
Yeah, very
so uko leo 10 years, next time uko 20, 30, 40, 50, and you cannot say you'll stop at any given time to learn. So it's a good thing. So wow. It's a good thing. I think this is an amazing topic for most of us.
Before we go to the topic, who is Virginia and why do you have Virginia and Neema? You need to tell my people, these people of the internet. Please tell them.
So jina zaidi ni Virginia Njeri. Neema, hizi tu
swaga. Kwa Virginia Njeri ndo zaidi, una ya tatu?
Oh, Virginia Njeri Ngure. Bado sijaitwa ya huyo mse. Omu husband, he's coming.
Omu husband, sikia. Kuja.
Yeah, so Virginia Njeri Ngure, ID names, and Neema ni swaga kinda, but I love it. And it's my music name because I do music. It's my business name. I have Neema Households. I have Neema Music. I think everything in my life will be Neema something. Yeah,
so basically that's your side.
It's not like my brand name. Yeah, it's transformed to be my brand name.
Why did you decide to have a brand name and a different name?
Neema, apparently there's a time in my life I felt Virginia wasn't working for me. So I decided, you know what, I need a name that speaks a lot of things in my life. So I had, favor, blessings. I was looking at those things, graceful, beautiful. And I got grace. Grace is actually an umbrella of that. So grace means beautiful, favor, graceful, all those things. And I was like, I want grace. But then again, me spend is all jina la kizungu. So I transformed it to Neema because grace now means Neema.
Yeah.
So I'm Neema.
Wow, Neema Njeri.
Neema. So I think iko na swaga.
Like Neema Njeri, back in that day, yani ulikuwa unasema unaitwa Neema, kila mtu wako
unaitwa Neema Njeri.
Uko na jina ya Kiswahili, everyone was Joseph, Dorothy, Dorcas, Tabitha. Alafu kuna mtu hapa anatoka anasema tu naitwa Neema.
Stephanie.
Ati Stephanie.
Brian.
Hizo ndo zilikuwa cool za English, but Swahili names were always always very
time. Watu ziko na katachi.
Time. Na ukiangalia hata sasa hivi watu wengi wana name hizo Swahili names, Baraka, Taji.
Taji.
Niliona mmeitwa tayari.
That's amazing.
Tuko tayari. Anyway, so we can go back to that place of do you want to tell them their age?
Keza insist ananichomea picha. Amesikia husband hajaka. Na bado ana my age. I'm very young. Very young.
Wow, but very old to be married.
Hey, mature enough for all those things. Kinatuatwa and the like.
Wow. Okay, husband potentials to many application.
I was thinking nifanye nitwaje flyer money
bana
wacha bana is common. Video
ukiwa umeshika yo
what I'm looking for
the qualities. What are you looking for?
Someone who love me, that's it. Someone who respects themselves. Please, wallet ni muhimu.
Simple.
Nashindwa wanataka.
Umesikia haina hii si requirements ni simple. Tuma application Neema Njeri. Unajiita hivyo kwa platform zako?
Kwa Facebook kuja Neema Njeri.
Neema Njeri.
No being nita,
Lakini pia unaanza na vitu za make sense.
Ufika age fulani, ukianza ukiwa 20 nataka mse ako na gari nyumba. Ufika 25 nataka mse tu ako stable anakaa. Sasa hata dawari hatutakuitisha, nishaongea na mzai. Kuja tu tutakupa bure.
Uko ndo ninakuja, uko ndo ninafika. Okay. Hey, requirements si nyingi by the way. Tuma application. So Virginia, do you have, let me call you Virginia because I'm used to Virginia. Do you have things that lessons that you've learned nyingi able to naona venye umesema hivyo, umesmile. Able to tuambie kwanza mistake or something that you have done in your 20s that you wish you wouldn't do, and what would you advise someone else who's 20-year-old ama in their 20s not to do or to do?
Okay.
Not that kenye tunasema, not that it's written on script at ndio njia ama nini. It's just sharing our ideas and whatever, like maybe you can learn a thing or two. Si kila kitu, but pia kila kitu ni sawa.
So first of all, I think in life we learn through mistakes. Sometimes hizo experiences ni muhimu sana. Maybe first of all, let me define Virginia in terms of mtoto in a certain family, right? I'm a second born in a family of 4. And
second born nasikianga ni watu moto
sana. So naturally I became a black sheep in my family. You see, I'm very aggressive. I'm very outgoing. Yeah. So but nikikuwa second born, I was pretty outgoing and I talked too much in kwa Kiherehere kiasi at some point. And ukigrow, and that's very important. Mtu wako akigrow, like I just read something interesting jana. When you find someone who looks like they have they are more like Kiherehere but maybe in a good way. Ama they tend to lead the way. Stop telling them wacha Kiherehere. Because it's not Kiherehere, they are naturally a leader.
Like that, yeah.
They're naturally a leader. So tell them you can make a good leader. And you see, when you say it in a positive way, umse anaanza work towards becoming a leader. Other than it's like ulimzima.
That's a lot of wisdom.
Kiherehere, you know.
Yeah.
And I had that a lot.
Because actually, good leaders, wakoneo Kiherehere.
Most of them will have the Kiherehere. And you mistake it, ukifikira ni Kiherehere, but si Kiherehere, because they tend to go ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe different.
Yeah.
Ama tend to outspoken.
Yeah.
It's not Kiherehere.
Wow.
It's leadership qualities. Try and answer. So it's good to have that wisdom. So mimi nilikuwa na mwagiwa maji sana when Kiherehere, you know.
Like that's
and
so
out
deep.
of that, you naturally start becoming rebellious. So for me, that was now my, you know.
Because actually me, I know like second born zote na nikigrow up nilikuwa sikia tu second borns ni rebellious.
Yeah.
But I think now, coming to think of it, most second borns are leaders actually, coming to think of it, even their families, they end up being like the leaders. Wanasema.
True.
Wow.
Very true. So it depends on how, it's like when you're trying to correct somebody, when you do it in love, it yields better results.
Yes.
But when you do it like bashing, and you get a rebellious person.
Oh yes, very true.
So for me, that was my life. Nilienda kwa bit, you know, nilizoea kumwagiwa maji. And I was like, you know what, why hapana? Because you naturally have to defend yourself.
Yes.
So I ended up defending myself and naturally became rebellious.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a year I was intentionally rebellious. because niko nimeandikiwa.
Unaamka tu hivi uko like
nimeandikiwa every Sunday lazima nichapwe. I don't know where that came from. I was getting beaten every day na mzae.
Wow.
And it really worked against me.
Na ukichapwa huko na change uko unakuwa wasi.
Oh my God. Sasa hapo ndo nikamua, unajua ni aje mimi nitaenda dunda. Mimi nitaenda nikunywa.
Wacha nichapange tu.
Wacha nichapwe kwa makosa iko. When you're like a child somewhere, you know, back then it's not like now. Like my son is 12. I have a son 12 years old. And
very handsome boy.
Yeah,
he's very wise as
well. But unajua, I'm like, I'd like my son to come and tell me, you know, Mom, I saw a chick somewhere. You know, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because there you guide this person. No, yeah, even but using the consequences. So you need to choose your path, right? Yeah. Other than ujifiche, then the next thing you're doing, atujabu about, you know, so many things that we need to know in our current society. And we end up having these early pregnancies. You know, those are things parents can avoid. Yeah. Yeah, so that I was
listening to a page and they were talking about even like how parents go about the topic of sex talk. Exactly. Mwingine alisema kwa 24 sasa ndo alienda kakaisha babake chini intentionally kumuuliza about hizi vitu juu ajaipewa sex talk. So he's like, babangu lazima nimweke in that position. He's a guy. Like, dad, mother unaweza toka kiasi kuna conversation nataka, and I was like, wow, even in this generation it's still a,
for me, trust me, like my son has been asking me stuff and I'm like, okay.
At 12
I didn't see this coming. As a parent, I think kuna some element of awkwardness you might experience, but you need to overcome it. Kuna detu aliniuliza stuff and I was like, Jesus. to Google. And so nikamwambia, give me time, we'll talk about this tomorrow. And I Googled. You know, I'm just trying to find a way of, because they know so much at 12. And akuuliza, by the time they're asking, it's not like they don't know. They know. They just want to hear your version of it.
Wow.
So
nikawa
anakupima akili. And then ukiongea ndo anasikia kwamba si inaitangwa hivi. Hii story ni hivi. Hii story ni hivi. Lakini ndio anakuuliza.
Wow. But pia I think inatoa hiyo awkwardness.
And it's fun because you know, I don't want to say it, but it was fine because I laughed. There are words I never heard. Words I never heard. And he told me and I was like, what?
Wow. Like, so majina zimekuwa revolutionary.
It's fine if you make your children. So
because I think pia inafanya mtu yeye anakuwa comfortable na mzazi wake. Anaweza kuja kuambia mzee hapa nimemesikia kiasi ama hapa kuna venye naenda. I think that's a very good.
Right. And it's very important. So parents, number one, we need to also learn to just don't bash children. If you don't have an answer, try to nipatie time.
Yeah.
If you won't be able to talk to them, look for somebody else to do it.
Wow.
But the best way is for you to talk to them.
Pole tumedigress, but
exactly.
We have to tackle. Ameingilia kidogo, amesema hapo sijui teenage pregnancies and all that, and pia zinaokajwa hizo vitu zenye tumetaja, so that's why we digress. But tumerudi back to topic.
So I think I naturally became rebellious because of that, and out of that, of course, I clearly made a lot of mistakes. Because sasa wewe ni ule mse uambiwa. Who is telling you? The person who's bashing you. You know, that's why you have to correct with love.
Wow.
So yeah, I made a lot of mistakes, and one of the mistakes I think I made was choosing to be rebellious. Maybe was not the best reaction I should have. But anyway, I mean, I was just a child. What did I know? Yeah, kuna ule mwenye alikuwa mbele yangu, should have known better. And rebellious was one of them.
Did it bear anything? Like unajua kila kitu inakuanga na fruit ina bear.
Yeah, of course.
Ili bear nini?
Disobedience was one of them.
Wow.
And one of the things I would like to encourage, you know, people, the mistakes they should not make. Number one, be obedient. Be obedient. It will save you, to your parents, to your guardians.
Okay.
And pia society pia kuna tusiache utamaduni wetu. I know we are in a generation where we are like, no, this is 21st century and all that. But heshima si utumwa.
Yeah,
heshima si utumwa. Just be respectful. Mimi nakwambia I got it. Heshima si utumwa. Just be respectful, be obedient. You choose. Unaona kasa we are talking. You are not forced by anybody to pick everything we're saying.
Very true.
But you can pick one or two.
Yeah.
So sometimes just listen.
Wow.
I was a poor listener. As much as pia niko namba niko Kiherehere yenyewe kuna venye you know you're a know it all type. You don't sit to listen.
Ukianza kuongeleshwa tu hivi ushaka mna answer.
Mimi niko na answer my friend. Hakuna kitu sijuani. Hakuna. So
Wow.
unapata so my parents would be like unajua hata kuna de karibu ni advice nzai they were having marital issues and I'm like wewe ndio uko na makosa msikizeni, what do you know so it's good to listen. Yeah, I was like some leadership issues lazima uzitone
yako ilikuwa balaa ati unataka kupatia mzazi.
My dad was like, what do
you know about marriage? Like outside there ama ukiwa mtoto kuna tu vitu tu unaona lakini
of course you might see the truth, but you know love is a different story. Don't
even mess with it.
So number one will be your rebellious. It brought about issues to do with disobedience. You know, and of course when you're disobedient you're also automatically disrespectful. Because if you're not listening to your parents, by default you're disrespectful.
Very.
And the challenge is it brought bad blood between me and my parents and between me and my elders, ama watu wenye ningeita guardians. Watu wenye wanaweza someone who sees you do something, you always, you know, usingilete no unaniingiliana.
Ini time
yetu. What do you know? But they are seeing ahead. Sometimes it's good just maybe it is true. Unaweza kuna wazazi pia ama guardians kidogo lazima mkutane pahali. And you know, like me, I remember I couldn't sikuwa na ruhusa ya kuvaa trouser, and it was so pissing off. I was like, every other person is doing it.
You know, fashion.
Like I couldn't do earrings.
Hipster.
Hiyo time ilikuwa hipster by the way. Na tumbo cuts.
Ulikuwa unavaa tumbo cuts?
Hiyo nilikuwa navaa.
Kwa nyumba ya wazazi?
No, ninajificha, ninaenda dunda. Na nenda na change kwa club. Because ungeingia club na nguo.
Wow.
You had to do kina Nyanza F2 mimi wa hiyo enzi. Ungeva trouser.
Nyanza bado exist.
Nyanza exist but it was something though. It was
something. Me I think I was very obedient because tukiambiwa kuna hipster sawa.
Me I would go carry ni kwanza naenda naomba because remember I don't have naomba. Then naenda club nafika natafuta tao to place na change naingia club. Hizi mayara wengi wetu tumetoboa tukiwa shule because mzazi angekubali. But you see
Namiba kwanza.
Namiba which although natural laziharibu mtu, but you know you go to extremes that si necessary. Your parents should have just taken you to a nice chemist, tengezwa vizuri, masikio ipone.
But I guess it's tradition. Like, and then also change. Adapting to change is it's not easy for everyone.
And it's good to also mention it doesn't make them bad parents. No, they just did things based on what they knew.
Very true.
When I'm raising my son right now, I'm also doing it based on what I know.
Yeah.
So maybe yazake atakuwa like, zima hiyo ni ushamba ama uko utiaji. But si utiaji is based on my exposure. You understand?
Wow.
So I don't think my parents were bad. But ningeuliza time, ilikuwa like, matiaji. They don't understand.
Actually, your time najua ulikuwa unasema tu hivyo.
Why?
But before we go into the next points, we can go for a short break and then we come back with more deep points and everything else. We are coming back. As we were saying, you were very disobedient and ninaona kweli wewe ulikula life by the ulikula na ile spoon
kabisa.
Sasa mimi nilikuwa na admire by that time, nilikuwa na admire watu kama nyinyi. You were my role models. I was like, they are very confident. I need that confidence. I need to have life like unajua to enjoy life because mimi nilikuwa nadhani niko in a cocoon. But years later is when I'm getting, actually you're on the right path.
Yeah.
It's just that life seemed very interesting. Na missing handle ulikuwa na grace mode. Any other thing?
So kwa childhood I think that was one. You're rebellious, disobedient, disrespectful. But nikiingia in life, maybe after campus, hapo nikiingia campus 23 hapo, actually 2021 kulikuwa na element of inconsistency. That's another mistake I made in life.
Inconsistency.
Na hiyo ndio I think napenda ku major on. Like unatoka nje, you know, in your mind you have this thing, nikimaliza form 4 nimepita naingia college, nikimaliza college mimi huyo job na drive. Unajua I used to ask, at 30 unakaa kwa mama yako? At 30 huna gari, huna nini? You know, you're like these people are jokers.
Yes.
So I'd seen that. So you know what happens is una get job unapata ina kupe 10k for starters, you have no experience, you have none. Unapata 10k, you're like
I can't do that.
No, I can't.
This is not me.
I'm worth kavote, you know. And out of that, una job hope.
Wow, yeah.
Una job hope. So in the process, you're not acquiring experience. You're not gaining a proper momentum.
In the process
ya kuhope. Unajongeka hiyo place moja. Unge earn experience yenye cannot even be paid.
Yeah, true.
Then after that unatoka hapo unaenda unapata kitu poa. So me, I kept on job hoping.
Yeah.
And it really worked against me.
But I guess it's also because growing up kuna mtu alisema why Africans we are very competitive. It's because tumewekewa standard ya life. So si tunajuanga hata msee zikuwa best yako juu umecompete kwa sababu unajua in life unafaa kuwa number one. So hakuna mtu mwingine anafaa kuwa number one, which is a very, I think, toxic mentality. Which created that because uko like, mbona niende job ya 10k na nani juzi alienda ya 20k na nani alienda ya 40k. Sasa mimi niko worth 40, hata actually mimi niko worth 50k. So lazima niende ya 50. I think toxic mentality really ilitufikisha hiyo place. Hata sasa hivi ukiangalia really in life Virginia, so many people are competing
and it is wrong.
Umeikaa hivi chini mtu ana compete na wewe na wewe hata huko
hapo.
Yes, it's because of that mentality. I should be number one. I should be number one and in everything. Kwanza pata nyumba, pata gari, shule, kuolewa. Oh yeah, no wonder watu wanapatana pressure ya kuolewa na kila kitu. So I think that's a toxic mentality, guys. Let us go back to the values of human nature. It's easily not that toxic mentality. Kila mtu kwa place yake. But anyway, nimedigress tena turudi kwa hiyo.
But it's good. We are told we are running our own race, you know. Of course, according to the faith of God. But it's important to just, when you understand you're very unique and peculiar, hizo attitudes are peculiar. Exactly, peculiar. These attitudes of competition will see.
Very true.
Because uko tu kwa path yako. So mimi naweza pata gari leo, ukapata next year. But either way tumepata gari. Unaget?
So ile time umepata ndio ulikuwa meant kupata na mimi nilikuwa meant kupata ile time nyingine.
Now it gives you a lot of peace. Unachakuwa na drama mob za life. So
mimi nimehope, so sorry to cut you short, but mimi nimehope mara nyingi and the same reason that umesema I found that I was not growing because yes, nimehope nimetoka hii place, nimeenda the next place. Sijaka hata mwezi, saa zingine hata umalizangi mwezi, una discover kitu and you're like you go to another place and all that and you don't grow. Nika tu kwenda church. Pia church ukihope you won't grow. You won't learn anything. So I think at me that's something that I've learned. And I'd advise my 20-year-old, don't hope. Just sit down, think through before you do it. Think through, and even you can consult if you have people. Especially kuna mentors. You can even consult.
So kuna hii element, don't just be consistent with something. Number one, elewa passion yako ni gani. Najua kumekuwa na elements za parents wenye maybe they kind of push into something. Sit down, agree this is what I want to do, so that it's not forced. By the time you're starting to do it, it's out of passion. Because passion pays. Passion pays. If you go chasing, I've tried chasing for money, trust me, and I became actually on a negative scale. But the minute I realized, me, I've been employed. I'm not the employed type. Number one, siju kachini. I'm always on the run.
Tunaka chini usiju unafanya nini?
Ati niko kwa ofisi hivi, mimi sio type. Mimi nataka nitoke hapo nje nikafanya hustle yangu na mkono wangu. And it took me quite a time because unajua mzazi ako like, unafaa uandikwe kazi, our parents. Job yako even today.
Kwanza yangu ni ya gava, unafaa uandikwe kazi ya government. Kwanza,
I was talking to, who was this? I can't remember, last week or 2 weeks ago, because I happened to open my own business, and it's doing well.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you, and it's doing well. But tunaambia mse ako like, lakini unafaa utafute kazi ya kuandika. I'm like,
at this age
I can actually employ you,
At this age.
So nikashanga, and ni mse macho aseti ni mtoe, but I feel that is not good enough.
You should be employed.
I should be employed. There's nothing wrong with employment, but you need to understand your grace. You need to understand your life purpose.
Why would someone tell you?
Because many people I'm into ministry,
I'm themselves and everything. And someone else is pushing you at this age when they back to employment. You can't handle.
We are tata because I think that there's a certain age it because you need to be an employer, not even if it's on the formal setup. You need to be the employer, not the employee.
Yes.
So hizi vitu hazikujangi, please note, this thing is not the oven thing, microwave thing, it's not the lift thing.
Yes.
You need the stairs. You need it. And the importance of the stairs. You need the stairs because ukienda kwa stair ya kwanza, ukienda A to B, you know the challenges between A and B. So but in any case, urudi to A, you'll find your way back to B. But if you go A to Z, you don't know what's in between. You don't know what S is. You don't know what P is.
So if ukianguka my friend, hapo katikati,
exactly, utaanguka karadi.
Wow.
So you need, in fact, I don't know why we assume life should be microwave. It should not. The beauty of life is
I think it's that, again, it comes back to the toxic mentality of being number one and everything. So unataka vitu zikuwe very fast. So,
easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Easy come, easy go.
Wow.
Easy come, easy go. Mark those words. If you forget everything, remember that one. Easy come, easy go.
I'm even learning myself.
Yeah, easy come,
I'm
easy
just
go.
thinking, there are so many instances that hata mimi mwenyewe sahi I have bado uko na ile mentality ya microwave inafaa kukuja tu hivyo. Sema I opened a YouTube channel, I'm thinking subscribers
hundreds of thousands
tuanze kuanza nini, you know, but kila kitu ni process.
Everything's a process.
And I think there's a beauty in process.
Very beautiful. But it might be painful, challenging, but you know, like what you're doing right now. There are years to come, you'll be able to advise somebody because you know the hustle. You know the dynamics, you know the logistics. Tumekuja na Uber hapa tukaoverchargiwa, you know.
And next time
utaambia mse, this time na drive, but hata si tulianzia hapo kwa Uber.
Yeah, true.
Unaget?
Wow.
So it's a process and it's a beautiful one. And then you need to you learn to guard what umeipatana. Not really hard way, but you've paid the price to it. You know how to safeguard it.
I think ile no pain, no gain. There's actually a truth in it.
It's not even actually, it is the truth.
Kuna zingine zinakuwa too much pain.
Yeah, it becomes sometimes too painful based on hizi vitu tunaongea. For instance, I was disobedient. Mzaya akaniambia fanya hivi, but because I'm a know-it-all, nika choose to digress. Of course, I'll pay the price and it will be higher.
Very, very.
Yeah, it will be higher. Hapo si ati ni hapo si stairs. Yani stairs ulijichimbia sijui ukienda wapi alafu
ulienda chini ukaenda basement baada kwenda juu.
Yeah, exactly. So kuna elements kaizo. Consistency is something when you told me about this topic, the first thing that came into my mind was that consistency. Because penye tunapotelea ni hapa umemaliza high school, unaingia kole. Hapo ndio watu wengi upotelea.
Sana.
Because unakameo microwave mentality, unataka acha nikafanya IT ndio iko in the business, let me do IT. It doesn't work like that.
I was shocked to know that even now watu wanatoka na hiyo ukitoka high school you're like I don't know what I should do. Nini iko na demand? I've had so many people asking me, nini iko na demand huku nje, and I'm like, what do you want to do yourself? What do you want to do? Because also kuna watu wenye wamelan. I've seen so many kids saying I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a musician, and this is what I want to do. Like I'm not digressing from this. This is what I want to do. I've seen those, but I've seen those people who are like nini iko na demand. And I'm like, sahi penye tuko in this generation and time, we should not be having like nini kwa demand. We should, because people have opened up to skills, different passions outside here. Kitambo ungesema unataka kuwa musician, unafukuzwa kwa nyumba, ati unataka kuwa rapper for who?
We umepotea njia kwanza. Unachunwa hivi.
Siku hizi naona ati dad I want to be a rapper. Oh, okay.
Nyenye boy ile kuishi raina. Unajua ningasikia madha yake uliza hivi.
Yeah, in Greek, French. Yeah, like isn't at a church there's a time we used to dance to some songs, the hip hop ama si hip hop unaweza sema raga papa sana, una dance alafu unasikia ati meokaga na nyimbo cia sekira goko, and I'm like iko na okay, hatuwezi kuexplain nini, but you know, but right now it's so open and nini. So I'd encourage you to just flow with your thoughts, flow with that flow with that passion, because I think everything watu wanasemanga something that you're pushing yourself to do, you will invest like 20% of your energy and the rest unaiforce. But when you have passion in it, 80% wendo unajipush, 20% ni yako ka skill, una learn how to sharpen it and all that. So of course, which is easier? The passion. So follow your passion, follow what you love doing and everything. Hapo tu ndo uta flourish. But ingine ya kupush, you feel like kila time unamko unasema, do I need to go to that job? Do I need to do this? And you won't push yourself. More
I'm talking about breakfast.
That breakfast was good. But yeah, you won't push yourself as you'll feel like it's very painful. It's because you're forcing issues.
You're forcing
When
issues.
I'm gonna force my
Yeah.
issues. But ukifuatia your passion, good. Utaflow tu.
Yeah,
Utapata
sure.
vitu zinajileta hata saa zingine. Not that ni microwave, but utapata vitu zingine zinajileta tu.
Zinajileta.
Yeah, you attract them.
Yeah, because if you're in the right course, it's like river tu, kuna venye ile course you fata.
Very true.
So when you're in the right purpose and passions and all that, you will force things. It's
true.
not microwave, but it takes its own course.
Yeah, true.
It takes its own course. Yeah, so it's very important.
Wow.
Very important.
Okay, so I think now I'm getting to learn so many things from the mistakes, but also there are of course those things that you've won before, like in your 20s, zile vitu uliamua na zilikuwa winner na zilikuwa lessons na nini. Of course kuna hizo. And I think before you tell me that point, let's just go for a break, and then we can come back with the wins that you have and the lessons that you've learned.
Sure.
I think afresh, yani, you get a very guy, watu mtu anawapatia points deep. Sikiza, andika hata notebook, chukua kalamu, andika hapo. We'll go for a break and then we'll come back with these points that she won and I have also won. Sindio? Now that you're coming back from the break, I think share with us like a couple of wins. Kuna zile vitu, of course, you did and you feel like you can actually advise someone else to do them. Not that it's the only right way to do things, but you can actually advise someone to do them, like in your 20s. Because like for me, I think in my 20s, what I learned is when you go for attachment. Una venye watu wanasemanga atacho.
Yeah.
I feel you grow so much when you go for attachment.
True.
So unaweza advise mtu in their 20s, go for as many attachments as you can do. See, usiangalie do kwanza, angalia what you're learning. Because there are some things you'll only learn ukiwa kwa hizo atacho pia. Zenye hauta learn ukiwa na focus ya pesa.
Sure.
Sindio?
Sure.
So I think for me that is one thing I would share. What can you share?
Yeah, that one you've said about attachments is very important. Very important. I think one of the wins...
Umeingisha hadi kasauti ukikuwa deep, unajua kuna ile voice hello.
Oh my God, it's because I realized I've transformed to kind of serious. Now, one of the wins I got, I think, was to learn to love me as a person.
Very key.
Because I grew up, you may mention, being bashed. I don't think those people meant bad. Some of them meant bad, but some of them was unconsciously. And along the way, there was an issue of self-esteem. When you have low self-esteem, of course, there's consequences. Google some of these things. I decided, I had to come to a point of loving me. And when I loved me, that was a game changer.
Wow.
Because I started focusing on...
When did you start loving you? At what age approximately?
Nikifika 1920.
Wow.
A story for another day. You know, maybe we'll share someday how I actually got my son. I think I got my son at 20
Actually,
years old,
that is
21.
what was going through my mind right now.
Yeah, 2021. It was a conscious decision for me to have a son, a child, regardless of the fact that I wasn't married. I just woke up
very young.
I woke up and I was like, I want a child. The reason I decided to make that decision is because I felt I was too bashed and I was too alone. And I was alone in this world and I wanted something that was my own.
Wow.
And I reasoned the only thing that can be mine,
that story always in like
ni mtoi wangu. But actually when I've grown, I've realized it's a lie. The son belongs to, here, I'm just a custodian. He's 12. 6 more years, he's out of my hands.
Kabisa. Hata sahi bado si wako.
Hata sahi kwanza venye ameanza kufika hivi nikaa kwa high school, ako actually out of my hands.
Wow.
So I was trying to get a permanent result with a temporal, whatever.
It's not so temporal, solution. But temporal.
Semi.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's a story for another day.
Because you've just mentioned you grew up ukibashiwa and nini, and the story that came to my mind is how you wanted to get your son. Because you know sometimes hiyo time mtu maybe angekuwa zile za ni myang sijui teenage pregnancy keke sijui keke but you actually woke up and made a decision yourself. It's not like ulienda tu accidentally. You actually very actively.
Actually I planned because I was in campo and I knew it shouldn't coincide with my exams time. I planned na sijafunzwa, that's what I'm saying. Be parents. Kama kuna parents hapa, please try be close to your children. Love them because me reason because I felt I was alone in the world. So I only tried to work things based on what I thought would work for me.
Sad. I can imagine the space that you were in.
It was too painful. For me to make that kind of decision was too painful.
Like you feel so alone. Na sasa unashuku kulikuwa na self-esteem issues because I've been in that place. Mimi nishaikuwa self-esteem yangu iko. Unaona huku tukienda kwa graph kunakuwa na positive 0 negative. Yangu ilikuwa chini negative ni
chini ya negative ya negative.
Like, ilikuwa very very deep. It's a very deep place. That hata kupata mkono ya kukuvuta bado ni stress.
It's actually it has actually taken the hand of God.
Yes.
Pulled you out of
for
that.
me it's a whole testimony. I'll share it maybe another day. It's a whole testimony how now I'm seated here and
until you can encourage somebody.
God utoa watu mbali. So I can imagine that space that you are in to just make that decision.
Imagine.
And if you're in that space right now and you're watching, by the way, please reach out to me. Because umesikia venye amesema, at that time it seems like a solution proper. It's just like suicide. It seems like a very good. Unajua nimejaribu suicide 6 times.
Wow.
6 times. It seems like a very good
option.
Idea
and an easy way out.
An easy way out. But way later kasa hii manze nilikuwa na ujinga hiyo time. Sorry to say nilikuwa na hiyo ujinga. So if you're in that position, just reach out. I'll leave my contacts in the description box. That is Neema. If you feel more comfortable and you relate with her, please reach out. Don't make rash decisions because of a temporary feeling that you're having. Please just reach out. Anyway, back to you. Sorry, I took your show.
It's okay, not a problem. So kuna hiyo moja, I think self-love. It makes you now start accepting who you are, accepting where you are in life.
Okay? And then self-love goes also to the body.
Yeah, exactly. Even to the body.
Because sometimes, some self-love, some people see it like
inward. Mimi nili bleach because I was made to think. I was made to think black was not beautiful.
There's a time I stayed hungry for almost 30 days. What hungry? Ile mama yako anakuuliza mbona ukuli?
Ndo ukonde.
Wakienda job na wambia nimeshinda nikikula throughout the day. Ndo nikonde. Na also I made this conscious decision pia ya kunona because there's another story behind that. But hiyo time nilikuwa na feel by then nimekuwa mkubwa sana. I need juu kila time kienda mahali ati sasa unakula hiyo na already uko na weight. Like there's a lot of body shaming that is happening. So what wakisikia self-love, they don't associate it with that. It goes back to that.
It goes back.
Right now, I'm very good. Sa hii hata ukimekeni comment, dada ama kaka, uko peke yako.
Uko peke yako. Like, it is important.
It is not who is carrying the weight.
It's you.
It is me.
Love that.
It's mine. I own it and
I'll
carry it with confidence. Nikitaka kulose,
Nitalose.
Not because watu wameongea, but I lose it for my own good, I think tukiongea about self-love, usidisconnect. Mambo internal. Think everything. Love yourself the way you are.
Because it's the beginning of how you will relate with people and the life outside there. Because utenda job, utenda shule, all those things.
I couldn't wear short sleeves. Ama sijui nini ama vitu tight because I was afraid. So of course ukienda job ni issue kwa sababu sisi enda na hood ama tisho. Lazima na pia zile tops unavaa saa zingine watu watakuwa zile za huyo unajua. So love yourself when like as soon as now. As soon as yesterday actually. Anza sahi and just love yourself the way you are in that space, whatever it is. Just love yourself the way you are.
Just the way you are. And maybe,
I'm learning that now. And I would advise that.
And maybe I think I just want to major on 2 wins. The other thing is, fine, I realized at my age 19, 20, I also noticed that I could sense I've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I could tell. Yes, I could tell because nilikuwa naona life yangu venye inaenda. I could tell, yeah.
You actually ulikuwa unakaa chini unaangalia life yako venye inaenda?
Na naona yenyewe clearly nikijiangalia me and so.
Wow.
Comparison is not good, but sometimes you check. Unaona yenyewe clearly wewe uko rebellious. There are a lot of things you're doing off. And remember, we've been taken to church. We've been, so you know, by default, you know some of these things.
Yeah.
You're doing wrong. Eh? Don't sit where you've messed. Nimefanya mistake. Nimeblunder hapa. Don't sit there.
Yeah, hata ukizika mtu ukaangi hapo.
Don't sit there. Yes, nimefanya blunder, but I purpose to be a better person. Wake up. Yeah. Get out of that mess. Whether mess around you, susu and all that, and you will stink. So you wake up, clean up, move on.
Today your point. Tweet. Nani ana tweet your point?
And then stay there, you'll stink. So you need to just wake up, clean up, and move on. Those are two things that have really helped me.
Wow.
Self-love and clean up. Because if I sit down and start thinking of the mess I had, then I will not move on.
At all.
So yes, at this age, maybe umeblanda tu moja, lakini imekukalia. Manze, no, nilifanya hivi, no, come on. Kuna watu wako haters na bado wanafanya blunders. Even at our age, we are still making blunders.
Yeah.
So
we don't have a manual of life.
We don't have a manual of life. As much as we have the Bible, if you're a believer, kuna tu, we are human. Yeah. We are human. There are things we tend to do consciously or unconsciously. Please wake up. Ulitukana mzae, gutuka, rudi home, apologize, and mean it from your heart. Then move on. You get. Those are the areas zimenisaidia kunipatia win in my life. Now I'm at a better place compared to back then.
Actually umeguzia point yenye nililani nyingine. Do not be so proud.
Yeah.
Because kuna vitu nimelose out of that pride. Siwezi sema pole.
Yeah.
Si mimi nilikuwa makosa ama pia yako na makosa si hata yakuja sema pole ama simple thing as nilitukana madhe so siwezi rudi kwa hiyo nyumba na siwezi so I'll have to do my own thing hadi nitokelezee. Utakuja kumneed. So just go back as soon as you can. See, don't delay huko ujifanye venyewe. Tunajita kajua. We rudi hapo.
Sure.
Be teachable, be humble and just learn and go through the phases of life.
Yeah.
Umefanya blunder, amka. Rudi, clean up.
Yeah.
Venye amesema don't stink. Juu ukianza hiyo umangasa I think ndio kustink sasa. And people don't want to relate with you.
People will definitely. I mean wazazi walikuwa wanasema nisikuone na ode. Nisikuone, and I would niko like wasa wananionea. But no, it's because I was thinking and there's a stench they were not comfortable.
Yeah.
So
of course you can't be comfortable with any stench actually. You have to think
exactly.
Of it.
But I don't know. I feel my spirit to just tell to somebody, I don't know, whoever it is, whatever the mess is, doesn't matter. How big, how small, it doesn't matter. Wow. And it's never too late. Actually, that's the point I needed.
Amen.
It's never too late. You could be 30, you could be 20, and unanika waste time. No. It's okay. You've noticed now, start afresh. There's a time I said it's never too late to start all over again if you're starting with Christ. Amen. Because there's something we call divine speed. There are things I lost, but there's things I've recovered through him.
And
in a very fast way. Because I've consciously, he says he needs a contrite spirit. That's all he needs. So you're there, Daddy may blunder his design, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to,
And he's the best person to teach you.
He's the best. And just, you've not wasted time. But let's look into consistency. It's very important. If you found something to do, I was laughing. I was telling someone, the way tunaenda kutafuta job. Umehustle hapo nje umekosa job. Ukipata hiyo job, uko like, hata nikipata 10K, I'll give it my best.
Yes.
Come 1 month. Hey, wananikalisha ngapa, they need to increase my salary.
Wananiita 8, wananipa overtime, na hapo hadi 8 p.m.
You start becoming demanding.
Na nafanya kila kitu.
Entitlement. It's called entitlement. That entitlement, you need to get rid of it because it doesn't help. Because utakapo uanza kusema wanani use, you start, but remember you're the same person. Ukibeg ulikuwa unaibeg like I will do with this time.
Na naonanga watu wakiandika I'll do any job.
Any job.
Any job. Akifika kwa hiyo. unashangaa is this the same person or
Exactly.
you know, but
Yeah,
wow.
so that entitlement will make you easily lose consistency. So when you sense it, iweke kando, your time will come. Your time will come. God is faithful. Your time will come. Kama nataka utoke kwa 10, akupatie 30, akupatie 50, your time will come.
Very true.
And you see, you get 30, kama hujapata 10, you have no idea how to handle 10.
Yes.
So unapoa 30, you squander it, you misuse it.
Wow.
So sometimes that's what tukasema, hii microwave tutoe, entitlement tutoe, wacha tu learn kwenda na stairs. It's not, yeah, najua tumepreachiwa prosperity, na tukamba, unajua leo utatoka kisha kwa millionaire. It is okay if it happens to you. But then you need to ask God to give you wisdom. But the best way is love Virginia, niko na 10K. Tomorrow God has given me 20. Tomorrow He's given me 30. I'll know how to manage.
Wow.
Because ndapo 100 na nijue I don't need kwenda kukulanga pizza daily at because nimepo 100. The reason, let me save.
Yeah.
Nijenge, you know, because there's
I'm
no
actually
time.
getting that.
There's no time. Don't think you're young at because you're 20. You should not be saving. You should not be doing all this as just happy time. No, ni poor by the jibambe. Mi usema jibambe, but do it in wisdom.
Because I think when you're microwave, you don't plan for things. Unaambianga Mungu nataka gari, na hata una place ya
Too
parking.
spontaneous.
Una place ya parking kwenye unaishi. Ikikuja like for instance ikam. Utapakwa pia gari. Una pesa ya kufuel ama kumaintain.
Exactly.
You know, when you go through the process, you actually get to know gari kikam na need kumaintainiwa, ina need parking. Kuna vitu kadhaa, you know.
Sure.
Una need pia tu vitu tuzuri twa gari
Sure.
si inanukanga sweater
Yeah,
hiyo
exactly.
ni sweater ya gari the fumes you need to maintain it.
Yeah, sure.
So ukipitia process you will know what you need in the next step.
Exactly.
But when you just aujui utafika hapo alafu unashanga nimefika what next. Nikaa venye boy alikuwa anakatianga dem amkatia amengangana dem ameingia box boy yako so hapa next ni
an idea.
So what would be your final words?
My final word, I've just remembered there's a statement, just word on what you've said. Why another reason why you need the staircase is because remember, this is our generation and there's a generation that is coming after us.
Yes.
The only way you can empower them is through information.
Very true.
When you don't have the staircase approach in life, you have nothing to tell them. Meaning you're actually, unaenda kuleta generation, haina value and you will actually be at fault. Si wale ni wewe because you had nothing to teach them.
Information is power, but you have
information is power, but you have none. So you actually need that information to make sure the next generation lives a better life.
Hey, what do I add after that?
Exactly.
That statement is so deep.
Yeah.
You need information,
yeah,
and you can only acquire this information through the process.
Yeah.
So you remember last time we talked about trusting God in the process.
Yeah.
So you need, in this process, you need to go through it.
Yeah.
And actually embrace it. Sometimes it's painful. Appreciate it. You're like, this is a stepping stone to another place.
Yeah.
Not like, hey, sasa Mungu alikuja akaniweka hapa, sijui nini. No, just learn to appreciate it. That would be my final word.
Yeah.
Appreciate the level that you're in and know that you're not there to stay in that position or whatever it is. Yeah. You are going to the next place.
Yeah.
So that is what I've learned from my 20s. That nikiwa 20 kuna kitu nilifanya, nikiwa 21 kuna kitu kingine nitafanya, nikiwa 22 kuna kitu nitakuwa nimefanya. So I didn't stay in one place like forever.
Yeah. So
appreciate the level that you're in and continue growing. And then there's a point to say comparison is wrong.
Very wrong.
I wouldn't say it's wrong. I sat down and I actually thought through it.
Okay.
It's not entirely wrong.
Okay.
Because there's a comparison that challenges you.
Sure.
That tells you, kama vile umesema ulikuwa unaangalia msengine unaona mimi ni disobedient.
Positive.
Yeah. So there's actually that positive comparison.
Yeah.
The only comparison that is wrong is when it makes you feel bad,
inferior.
Feel inferior. True. And you stay there. Sasa unakaa kwa hiyo susu.
Yeah.
You start now thinking.
Yeah.
Because of you took negative. You took the comparison in a negative way.
In a negative way.
But when you compare and it's challenging you to grow, sawa. But pia ukiona kila time ni negative, achana comparison.
Yeah.
Kata achana tunayo, endelea tu na maisha yako.
Yeah.
So I think that would, kuna kitu kingine unataka kuongeza before?
Yeah, you know, comparison, a negative comparison will always make you unappreciative.
Yes.
Meaning you're not grateful.
Yes.
Remember, gratefulness begets more. So the minute
angalia mtu kwa macho, sasa angalia kamera.
Gratefulness begets more. So the minute you have negative comparison, you start saying sina, sina. So you're not grateful. You're not grateful of what you have. And when you're not grateful of what you have, you will never get more.
Yes.
So right now where you are, okay, gender college, sina fees, it is okay. But I have skill. Maybe I can sing. Maybe I can dance. You see, the approach is different. You have to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
Fine, sina.
On that perspective, yes, gender college at sina fee. Pia ina appreciative mind ya hiyo time fee ikikam sitacheza.
Exactly, good point. Yeah. Good point.
So umemaliza ama
so I mean, I'm cool. I just want to tell you this: your life is not a mess. It's not a mistake. God is ameplan to be fiti. All you need is to bring yourself into a small kamkunji or a small meeting. You, God, and ama how you do things, and tell yourself these are the mistakes I think I don't want to keep on repeating. Repent for them. Purpose to become better, then start becoming better. It is never too late.
Wow, thank you, Virginia. For me, I think my my summary would be learn. Just learn. And let yourself grow through the motions of life. That would be it for me. Yani, allow yourself to grow. Not just say, let's say during the pandemic. Allow yourself to, yes, nime lose job. Ama yes, vitu zimeenda mbaya. Sitakaa hapo chini, nicheze na kupu. Nita raise from it because how I approach life is that has happened. This is the emotion I'm in. So what can I do to make this phase better? You know, what song can I sing to make myself dance in this season?
Yeah, sure.
So that would be it for me. Learn through the emotions of life. And till next time, guys, I love you very much. Remember to subscribe. Who subscribe?
Subscribe kabisa.
For more content like this. If you want more content like this, please pin your like button to join. More content like this is needed. Also, you can interact with us in our socials and tell us more things that you want us to discuss and everything. Feel free. And this is a family. I love you all. See you next time. Bye. Unasemanga aje? Unamenga tu turus?
Turus, nilisikia ni turus. Sijui kaili change. Nawapenda. Nawapenda.
Sawa. We are out.
Talanta Institute is inviting you to register for our enhanced online learning experience in the September intake for short courses, certificate and diploma courses in TV and film production, music production, 3D animation, DJing, and digital marketing. For more details, you can call us on 0734 777778 or 0710 813131 or visit our website on www.talanta.global. Talanta Institute, unveiling champions.